The Reds return back to Champions League action as they take on AC Milan in matchday 1. In today's video we have some massive news ahead of the clash, but first do hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. Thiago has addressed his decision to retire from football and explained what comes next after making his return to Anfield as a Liverpool supporter. The Spanish international left Liverpool at the end of last season and decided to hang up his boots. Since then, he briefly took part in Hansi Flick's training sessions at Barcelona as a member of his coaching staff as he looks to forge a new career in the game. On Saturday afternoon, Thiago was back at Anfield as a supporter for the first time, and he gave an interview with the club's official website during his visit. He explained his decision to retire from the game at the relatively young age of 33, describing it as forced on him due to his physical issues. He said, "I miss being around the team and the locker room. I miss the competitive part of the game. But at the end, the decision was forced by physical issues. But I'm just keeping fit and trying to play as much as I can with my friends and trying to be alive in the game." The midfielder was also asked about what's next in his career, and Thiago hinted at a future in coaching. He said, "Well, at the end I had the chance to get into football again, helping the coaching staff at Barcelona. I decided for the practical part, not for the theory, just because of the experience I had doing all these years in football and the kind of role I had in the team. I just want to pass it through to other players. I love to help new players as well, young players to develop under the new coach. It was a pretty good experience." However, Thiago admitted for now he's simply enjoying spending more time with his family away from the frantic nature of the game. He said, "You get to know the side of life because since we were young we didn't have more time for ourselves to know how life is more at home. But also to be close to football, still doing analysis, coaching some boys and also living the game as well as a fan." Thiago is currently back on Merseyside, partly for tax purposes following the end of his employment at Liverpool, sharing an update from the school run earlier in the week on Instagram. Arne Slot, though, could have done with this quality in the midfield on Saturday. Liverpool captain Virgil van Dijk is looking for the team to use their Champions League return to bounce back from the unacceptable defeat to Nottingham Forest. After spending last season in the Europa League, Slot's side returned to the new format of UEFA's elite club competition with an opening encounter against AC Milan on Tuesday. Van Dijk hopes it will give them a chance to quickly put their first loss of the campaign behind them. He said, "We have a really good group that really understand that it was unacceptable and are disappointed. We all know everyone can do better and have to show that on Tuesday, and that is what we can only focus on. We have been through losses and difficult moments together, and I think we have to stay calm, and we will stay calm. Hopefully if there are no injuries happening, then the rhythm is always a good thing. We need the whole squad, and we know after the international break it will be headed game every 3 days, so we need everyone in their best shape and best form." Asked whether what they had to do to prevent the defeat impacting their early season momentum, he added, "Keep going and keep working and make sure the performances don't go in that direction. We all know that the atmosphere can change, but that is also a part of the influence from outside which could affect you. I can't wait to be out there hearing the Champions League tune and leading out the boys. A club like Liverpool need to be in the Champions League, and we are finally back. Let's go out there and put in a much better performance as it's needed, otherwise you're going to have an issue." Into massive news ahead of the Champions League clash, Divock Origi will not be coming up against Liverpool. The Belgian forward signed for AC Milan back in 2022 after his contract expired at Anfield. However, Origi has struggled to break into the Rossoneri's first team and was sent out on loan to Nottingham Forest last season. He scored just 1 goal for Forest in 22 appearances in all competitions and has since returned back to Milan. But despite being on the books of the Italian side once again, Origi will not be taking on Liverpool at the San Siro on Tuesday night. This is because the 29-year-old is no longer a part of AC Milan's first team. He has been demoted to the club's reserve team, Milan Futuro, who play in the 3rd division of Italian football. The news was confirmed by Zlatan Ibrahimovic recently, who is a senior advisor of the Redbird, the owners of AC Milan. In a press conference, the Swede declared that Origi was no longer a part of the first team. As quoted by Calcio Mercato, Ibrahimovic said the following: "Origi and Balotelli have been called up and they will play for Milan Futuro. They are not a part of the first team project." While he had been expected to seal a move following that news, no such deal was developed over the summer, and the majority of transfer windows, including the likes of Turkey and Saudi Arabia, have since closed. The Belgian has scored just 2 goals for AC Milan in 36 appearances since arriving at the club. Last season he did come up against the Reds while playing for Nottingham Forest, featuring in Liverpool's dramatic late victory at the City Ground. Before that though, he missed a return to Anfield after not being deemed fit enough to be in Forest's troubling squad. And now he will watch his former side from the stands in Milan, or perhaps more likely at home, as Liverpool look to repeat their result at the San Siro from the 2021-2022 Champions League campaign, back when Jurgen Klopp's side won 2-1 with a winner scored by none other than Origi himself. Milan have warmed up for Tuesday night's clash with their first win of the season, a 4-0 thrashing of Venezia, Serie A that saw all 4 goals scored in the first 29 minutes. Tammy Abraham signed from AS Roma earlier in the summer and was among the goal scorers and is expected to lead the line against Liverpool. Ben Dijk was one of 4 Liverpool players to make their debuts on loan over the weekend, but it was the 2 left-backs who starred for their temporary clubs. Dijk made the move to Middlesbrough on deadline day, but before he could make his first appearance for Michael Carrick's side, he joined up with Scotland's national team. After outings against Poland and Portugal for his country, he was named in the squad as Borough hosted Preston in the Championship. Carrick stressed before the game that he would have to be a little patient with him, and that may have explained Dyk's lack of minutes in Saturday's 1-1 draw. But after replacing an ineffective Jones in the final 22 minutes against Preston, he was given a 6 out of 10 rating by T-Sade Live after providing a bit of a spark on the right flank. Callum Scanlon was another to make his debut over the weekend, coming off of the bench to take over from Joe Bryan at left back as Millwall lost 1-0 to Luton. Lewis Kumas, Calvin Ramsey and Nat Phillips were also unused substitutes, the latter debuting for Derby in a 1-0 win over former club Cardiff City. The headline grabbers though were both at left back, with Luke Chambers arguably the standout as he netted his 4th goal in Wigan's 4-0 win over Bristol Rovers. Chambers made his 6th start of the season for Sean Maloney's side and marked it with an outrageous free kick similar to Fabio Rudia's against Chelsea back in 2009. Owen Beck was similarly strong as they dominated in Blackburn's 3-0 victory over Bristol City in the Championship. As per FotMob, Beck made more defensive actions than any other player with 13, as well as winning the most duels with 11 out of 16 while also creating the joint most chances with 2. The Lancashire's Telegraph, Elliot Jackson, rated Beck a 9 out of 10, having witnessed another really impressive performance. He looks tailor-made for the position, bundles of energy up and down the flank, Jackson wrote. He can defend too, which is often a weakness in a young fullback. Elsewhere, there were 90 minutes for both Lucas Stevenson and Reece Williams, while Jacob Orozinski made his debut for Cypriot 2nd Division side Spartakos Kitiao. Less fortunate were goalkeepers Marcelo Portuga and Fabian Moritz, unused in Scotland and Sweden respectively, while Katie Gordon's wait for a debut at Norwich goes on as he watched their 1-0 loss to Swansea as an unused substitute. Stefan Bajcetic is yet to feature for RB Salzburg with their weekend fixture postponed due to bad weather, but his debut could come against Sparta Prague in the Champions League on Wednesday evening. Liverpool fans, what do you make of the news today? Do let me know your thoughts down there in the comment section below. And if you enjoyed today's video, why not hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more Liverpool content. Thank you, and I'll see you next time. Take care.